Okay, welcome back everyone. Michael here with STR Wealth Academy. And in this video, what we want to do, and I want to have a personal conversation with you, is how do you build wealth with short-term rentals in 2025 and beyond? There's been a lot of talk in our industry that, the opportunity's dried up, it's saturated, there's no more money to be made. And quite honestly, there is nothing further from the truth. To be honest, coming into 2025, I am more excited about our industry now than I ever have been because of the massive shift that we're seeing happen in the space right now. The strategies that worked a few years ago are no longer going to be relevant in today's age. So what we need to do is we need to retool, we need to have the right plan, and we need to know exactly what direction we're going with this so that we can capitalize and set ourselves up for a very successful 2025 and bring ourselves to a desirable place financially. Now, that being said, in this video, I'm going to categorize this into 3 distinct stages depending on where you are, because there's either one of 2 people that are watching this video right now. You're either someone that hasn't got started in the short-term rental industry and you just need to know exactly what you need to do in order to start building wealth, or you're someone that's already an operator, you're knee-deep in it just like ourselves, and you just need to know what to do in order to get to the next level, okay? Now, if you haven't watched our channel before, my wife and I, we have built a near 70 unit portfolio in the short-term rental industry, and collectively we've generated just over $13 million doing this and become multimillionaires in the process. So in this video, I'm going to show you in 3 distinct stages what you need to do in each of these stages in order to be building wealth and creating financial independence, okay? So the first stage is what we like to call the grind, okay? Now, this is gonna be speaking more to that person that's just getting started. Maybe you're building this business on the side while you still have a full-time job. And the most challenging portion of the grind is really trying to get traction with this while you're juggling all of the other responsibilities that you have on your plate. You might have a full-time job, you might have a family that you're looking after, you might have competing priorities or other, claims on your time. And the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that time management is kind of a bullshit thing because really what it boils down to is priority management. If you make it a priority to get a business on the side going while you're still working, you are gonna find the time to do it regardless of what you have going on. And we know this from experience because my wife and I, we used to work full-time when we first got our business started. I used to work in finance. I was a currency trader. I worked anywhere from 50 to 60, sometimes 70, 80-hour weeks, depending on what was going on. So there were some days literally I would get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, get to the trading desk by 6:30, 7 o'clock, stay there until 5-ish on some days. And then Kat and I would literally go to a house and work till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning setting it up and then go and repeat the whole thing the next day. Now, I'm not saying it was easy. It was actually really, really challenging, but we did it, okay? So the biggest challenge you're gonna have is trying to get traction while you have everything going on. But the main thing is when you're in the grind, it's really helpful to recognize that if you're in that stage, because then you know what's going to be required. And the number one biggest opportunity you have in this stage is just simply building momentum and getting traction, okay? Because what you need to focus on when you're getting this business going is finding the right kinds of properties that have the highest profit potential possible, because then that will limit the amount of units that you actually need to have in order to be able to replace your income, okay? Because probably the biggest inhibiting factor you have currently of trying to get out of the rat race or trying to actually build wealth with this, if you're spending over 40 hours a week at a job, I always like to say to our students that some people are so busy, they literally don't have time to make money, okay? And I know that was a position we found ourselves in a few years ago. Like, we were barely getting by. We were just, we were kind of stuck in this paycheck to paycheck cycle. But that was where our time was going. We were spending time on things that weren't bringing us a large enough financial return, and we were just kind of spinning our wheels. So the key thing is when you're in the grind, you want to start getting units going on the side. So if you're someone that's just getting started in this industry, the 2 fastest ways to start building an income in short-term rentals is actually learning how to control properties and not necessarily starting to own properties right off the bat. We talk about that a lot on this channel. So the two strategies are either rental arbitrage or our short-term rental partnership strategy, where you can get into units for literally no money down. Now, if you're curious about those, we have links to lots of other videos on the channel that you can go and check that out. But for the purposes of this video, we're gonna stay focused just on the realm of building wealth and how you do that in the various stages, okay? So the main thing here, what you wanna focus on is you simply want to be adding units to your portfolio on a consistent basis. So if you're just getting going, if you average a unit one per month, that was our goal when we first started, or one every other month, or one a quarter. In time, depending on the kind of units you're taking on, you want to be finding units that have potential to make you at least $1,000 to $2,000 a month in net profit at like the bare minimum. Because if you do that, so say for example, you're doing $1,000 a month to be conservative. Well, if you need to make $10,000 in order to leave your job, well, if you're averaging a unit every month, well, then that means you're going to get to your goal in just a little under a year. If you're doing a unit every other month, well, then it's going to take you probably 18 months to maybe 2 years in order to reach that outcome, okay? So the biggest thing here is to simply acquire units through either arbitrage or through short-term rental partnerships, because when you're in the grind, your number one goal is to replace your income so that you get your time back from your job. So once you get out of the grind, which if you're putting a real focus on this, that should take you anywhere from about 12 months to upwards of 24 months, so anywhere from 1 to 2 years. You're then going to enter what we call the growth, okay? And the key thing is in the growth, you have already got to the place where you now have replaced your income from your job, okay? So that means you freed up your time. So imagine how fast you can grow your business now by having 40 hours a week back. That's exactly what happened with Katrina and myself. I still remember like it was yesterday when I put in my resignation with my job. They were so shocked, they had no idea it was coming, but it was honestly like when I left that lunch I had with my boss and one of my coworkers, I honestly felt like we came off like financial life support. It was a very liberating feeling, and it's been almost 5 years to this day that I haven't had really employment other than what we're doing for ourselves. So now, as it relates to the growth, the key thing you need to focus on here, this is going to be speaking more to likely the operator that's already running this business, is you need to establish systems, processes, and really get your team built out. Because ultimately, when you free up your time from your job, your next stage is you need to free up your time within the business so that you can focus on the highest leverage activities, which is actually going to drive your business's growth, okay? So specifically in this industry, there's really only like 2 to 3 things that make growth happen. So the first thing is, how many properties are you actually running? Second thing is, what are you actually able to charge, and how high is your occupancy, and like what's your average daily rate versus your occupancy? And then the third thing is, how often are you adding new units to the portfolio, or are you getting all the opportunity that you possibly can out of the portfolio that you already have? Okay, because that's honestly a really quick, well, not a quick, but a really simple way to increase your income with your units is actually just, instead of focusing on getting more units, to simply make the units you have even better by doing design upgrades, amenity upgrades, you know, so on and so forth, okay? Cool, so once you go through and you start installing systems, processes, and you really start getting your team built out. Now, if you need help with that too, by the way, if that sounds kind of like esoteric, we'll make other videos on the channel that'll speak to that specifically. But the key thing is, when you're in stage 2 of the growth, we first got our time back in the grind with our job with building our short-term rental business by building up our income. The next thing you need to focus on, again, is getting your time back from the business itself so that you can continue to grow your portfolio, to grow your income, which at this stage now, if you have enough free cash flow coming through, you do also want to start thinking about acquiring properties of your own that you actually own. So that way you can start building long-term wealth and actually having control of the asset, not just through a contract, but through actual ownership, okay? That's what happened with Katrina and myself. We built up our management business to the point where it was bringing in so much monthly cash flow, we could then start taking the gains from the income that was coming in to actually start acquiring units and really building up our net worth and wealth over time. We did this a lot in 2021, where we actually bought 4 vacation rental properties in a market in one single year. And that portfolio has done exceptionally well, and that was actually the catalyst that helped us become multimillionaires in the first place, okay? Now, that's the biggest thing for that stage. Now let's move to stage 3, which is what I like to call the gold, okay? So at this point, you now have a business that is growing. You have systems, you have a team that is taking a lot of the day-to-day pressures off of your plate. So that's freed you up on simply adding more properties. You're now at the stage where you continue to have more cash coming in, more cash coming in. You're starting to acquire more properties that you actually own. The really key thing here that I see a lot of people getting stuck on is what I call lifestyle creep. This is a big problem that a lot of people have, because what ends up happening is that as their income increases, their expenses also increase in lockstep, and they just end up falling into another version of the hamster wheel that they were trying to escape from in the first place, okay? So the main opportunity here is that as the money's coming in, you need to put some buffers in place so that you are able to invest as much of that cash flow that's coming in as possible by building up that ownership portfolio, because ultimately that is what's going to build long-term wealth and freedom for you, okay? Because in the stage of the gold, you now have a huge opportunity where if you've really built out your team, you have your systems and processes, and that business is growing, you can then consider unloading your management or your rental arbitrage portfolio, have a huge windfall, and then simply have a few key core properties at this stage that, now that you have all the skills of actually operating a short-term rental business, you could literally be completely financially set for the rest of your life, have maybe 5 to maybe 7 or 10 properties that you own, and you can literally just live any kind of lifestyle you want. So that's largely the plan that Katrina and I have been following over the last 6.5 years that we've been in this industry. So I hope that gave you some context. I hope that gave you some perspective. So again, just to kind of recap what we talked about in this video, we talked about the 3 stages of growth in terms of where you might be at in this industry. So we talked about the grind, what you needed to do there, which is to buy back your time by replacing your income with this business. We talked about the growth, where you want to really focus on buying back your time from the business that you're building so you can focus on the highest leverage activities, and then start acquiring properties of your own. And then in the gold, what we really want to focus on is continuing to build up that ownership portfolio, and then turn that into long-term wealth and ultimately lifestyle freedom. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead, leave them in the comment box below. If you enjoyed this and you want to be notified the next time we release new content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you will be made aware anytime we post new videos on this channel. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Again, if this was helpful, leave a comment below, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.